Okay, so as you know, in the previous verse, we discussed that how the first question asked by sages of Nemisaranya was that what is the ultimate good for people in general? So please narrate us. So why they are asking this question? Because in Kali Yuga, people are short living and they are always quarrelsome. Another meaning of Kali is they are always quarrelsome. In little, small thing, people will start fighting. That is the meaning of Kalha. It's the age of quarrel. That is called Kali Yuga. Then they are manda, they are lazy. Then the Sumanda Mate means they are misguided. Manda Bhagya, they are unlucky. And he Upadravata. So above all, they are always disturbed. So when people are short living, they are always quarrelsome on small matter. They are lazy. Lazy means if you tell them to do something, no, they spend the time in giving so much argument why not to do rather than doing. No, they spend so much time for giving the argument why not to do rather than doing. Although doing sometimes time taken by doing the activity is lesser than giving the argument, but still, people spend fight on small matter. They are lazy and they are unlucky, misfortune, and above all, always disturbed. So these are the symptoms of Kali. That's why they ask first question: what is the ultimate good and, for people in general of Kali Yuga? So this is the verse that ultimate good and absolute and ultimate good for people in general. So the next question they ask is भूरिणि भूरि कर्माणि श्रोतव्यानि विभागशः अतः साध्य अत्र यत् सारं समुद्र धृत्य मनीषया ब्रूहि भद्रया भूतानां येन आत्मसु प्रसिद्धति. So here, so this is another question that there are many varieties of scripture, and in all of them there are many prescribed duties. There are so many scriptures. There are 18 Puranas, 4 Vedas, 6 Upavedas, 6 Vedangas, then Vedanta Sutra, Mahabharata, Ramayana. There are so many scriptures. Okay. In all of them, there are many prescribed duties. Now, in Purana, there are 18 Purana. So, first 6 Puranas are the mode of goodness. Second 6 Purana are meant for the people who are in mode of patience. Last 6 Purana are meant for people who are in mode of ignorance. So if you read Shiv Purana, so there it is mentioned that Shiva is ultimate like that. Of course, if you clearly read Shiv Purana, it's mentioned that Shiva also worshipped Vishnu and he glorified Lord Vishnu. Even it is said in Mahabharata that Ram Ram Ramethi Mano Era. So that verse is said he is always chanting the name of Lord Ramchandra. Sometimes we see that Lord Rama is worshipping Lord Shiva, so people get confused. So many people say, oh, Lord Ramchandra is worshipped Shiva, so he is God, Supreme God. But if you see, Lord Ramchandra has also worshipped many sages. Lord Krishna has worshipped Sudama. Lord Krishna has worshipped Narad Muni when he visited his palace. So are they, even Lord Krishna worshipped the Brahmana sent by Rukmani. So are they not God? Should we not consider them God? So if the only criteria of being God is that that person is worshipped by the God, that is another point. So in scripture, there are so many different conclusions. Many scripture, if you read Devi Bhagavad, if you read Shiv Puran, so that is limited to that point. So what is that's why there are so many Vedic scripture and there are so many prescribed duties which can be learned, only after many years of study. All the scripture require a lot of time to read, whereas people in general are very short living. Okay. Therefore, O sages, please select the essence of all this scripture and explain it for the good of all living beings. So, select what is the essence of all the scripture and tell us, explain us for the good of all living beings. So, what is the ultimate scripture which we should refer? What is the ultimate uh, conclusion of all the Veda which narrate us? That by such instruction, their heart may be fully satisfied. And tell us that scripture, when we read them, hear them, our heart will be satisfied. So first question was, please remember that what is the ultimate and absolute good for people in general. Second is, so second chapter is based on this question, second and third chapter. So please remember this question. First question is, so what is the ultimate good, ultimate and absolute good for people in general. Second question is, please tell us what is the uh, conclusion of all the Vedic scripture, out of many Vedic scripture, out of many prescribed books, what is the ultimate one? Please tell us. Okay. So then he says, Susajanasi Bhadramte Bhagwan Sattvatam Devakyam Vasudevasya Jato Yasya Chikirsaya. So then he says, all blessings upon you, O Suta Goswami. You know for what purpose the personality of Godhead appear in the womb of Devaki as the son of Vasudeva. So this is the third question. So this is basically regarding mostly the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, but of course, Suta Goswami will answer in second chapter of this canto. So what is the third question? That why Lord Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki, the son of Vasudeva? What was the purpose? So then again he says that Tannaha Susru Samananam Arhasi Anganuvarnitam Yasya Avtaro Bhutanam Semyam Cha Bhavaya Cha. Suta Goswami, we are eager to learn about the personality of Godhead and His incarnation. Please explain to us those teachings imparted by previous masters. For one, is uplifted both by speaking them and by hearing them. So, first question was that what is the ultimate and absolute good for people in general. Second question is that out of many scripture, which is the best, which is the good for best and ultimate for people in general. Third is why Lord Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki and Vasudeva. And this is the fourth question, that we are eager to learn about the personality of Godhead and His incarnation. So in previous verse, Suta Goswami was asked that why Lord Krishna appeared, and in this verse it is mentioned that we are eager to learn about the personality of Godhead and His incarnation. So not only about Krishna, personality of Godhead, but about His incarnation too. So please explain to us those teaching imparted by previous master Acharya. For one is uplifted by both by speaking them and hearing them. So that is the fourth question. Yeah. Okay, so the next is that आपन्नं संस्कृति घोरम यन्ना विवशो गुणान तत्सद्यो विमुच्यते यद विभेति स्वयं भयम. So living beings who are entangled in the complicated mess of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by the fear personified. So we'll hear about this glorious later on. That the Vasudeva, Lord Krishna, the supreme absolute personality of Godhead, is the supreme controller of everything. So there is no one in the creation who is not afraid of the rage of the Almighty. So everyone, even fear personified, is also fearful from the supreme personality of Godhead. So great asuras like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, and others were very powerful living entities, were all killed by the personality of Godhead. And Almighty Vasudeva has empowered His name with the powers of His personal self. So here they are mentioning that how Krishna's name is powerful, how Krishna's hearing the pastime of Lord Krishna are so powerful. That's why they are mentioning that living beings who are entangled in the complicated mess of birth and death can be free immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by the fear personified. Okay. So even the fear personified is also fearful of Lord Krishna. If someone hear the glories of chant the holy name of Krishna, they can be free immediately from all the uh, bhavarog that is full of birth and death, repeated birth and death. So that's why so why they are asking this question? That Krishna's name is in previous verse they mentioned that why Lord Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki and Vasudeva, and please narrate us all the different activities, what all different incarnation Krishna took, or pastimes of different incarnation of Lord Krishna. So why they are asking this question that is mentioned here? Yes, by taking the name of Lord Krishna, one can immediately free. And why Lord Krishna required to take birth? Why he has to take a different incarnation? That's the reason this verse is spoken. And in the next verse he says, Yadapada Samsraya Sutamunaya Prasamayanam Sadhya Puna Ti Upasrushta Sarvadhu Anya Upa Anusevaya. So those great sages who have completely taken the shelter of the lotus feet of Lord can at once sanctify those who came in touch with them, whereas the water of Ganges can sanctify only after prolonged use. So another point raised that Suta Goswami is telling that the sages or the devotees of Lord Krishna who has taken the shelter of the lotus feet of Lord, so they can sanctify or they can purify. That's what he said in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Ke, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Just by momentary association with the devotees of the Lord, one can be immediately free from all the vices, all the miseries. So that is the power in the association of the devotees of the Lord. So then why Lord Krishna need to appear? So here, even the devotees are so powerful that that's what he's mentioning, that those who have taken a shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord can at once sanctify those who come in touch with him. So even the devotees of Lord Krishna are more powerful, more glorious than Ganga. Ganga purified them from the places where it is passing, or someone goes and take bath in her. But these devotees are so merciful that they approach the conditioned soul, just like Sukhdev Goswami. He used to spend the time at the householder's house only for the duration of only for the time taken to milk the cows. So why he was going to beg the milk? He was not going to begging. He was not the beggar. On the plea of asking the milk or begging, they are approaching the householder and they are sanctifying them by telling them Krishna, story of Krishna, glorifying the Krishna's pastime. So that is the power of pure devotee. They approach upfrontly. No, it is said Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita that you should discuss this knowledge amongst the devotee only. But Krishna's devotees are so glorious, they are so merciful that they are even ready to take the risk about telling non-devotees. Means those who are not fully surrendered. That is the power. So that is the power of devotees. Then why Krishna need to appear? Okay. So in the next verse he says that Gova Bhagavatas Tasya Punya Sloke Akarmana Suddhikamana Sunu Yadas Kalimala Apaham. Who is there desiring deliverance from the vice of the age of coral, who is not willing to hear the virtuous glories of the Lord? So Krishna's name is so powerful, Krishna's devotees are so powerful, then how much powerful can be the Lord? So that's why sages are telling that who is that person? Who is there who is not willing to hear the virtuous glories of the Lord in the age of Kali. So then the next verse he says, Tasya karmani udarani parigitani suribhi gruhina sraddhananam lilaya dadatah kala. So his transcendental acts are magnificent and gracious, and great learned sage like Narada sing of them. So great sage Narada always on his Veena, Narayani Veena, given by Lord Narayan, he always sing the glories of Lord Krishna. Okay. And they are magnificent and glorious, gracious. So please therefore speak to us who are eager to hear about the adventure is performed in his various incarnations. So still this question is continuation of that various activities performed. Okay. So this is the fifth question he has spoken. Seji Sevas. So what was the first one? Please remember this thing, that why Lord Krishna, what is the absolute and ultimate good for the people in general? Second is what is the essence of all the Vedic scripture? Third is that why Lord Krishna took a birth in the womb of Vasudeva and Devaki and Vasudeva. Fourth verse, which are the different incarnations Lord Krishna took. And fifth question he asked that which are the adventurous activity Lord Krishna performed. So this is the fifth question. So all other chapters, like other upcoming few chapters will be answer of this question of these questions. So then another verse he says that Athakyani Harer Jiman Avtara Katham Subha Vila Viddatha Sveram Iswarasyatma Mayaya. So, oh wise, please narrate to us the transcendental pastime of the Supreme Godhead, multi-incarnation. So, continuation of the previous thing, fifth question. Such auspicious, adventurous, and pastime of the Lord, the Supreme Controller, are performed by internal powers. So, please, this is a continuation of the same fifth question about the what are the adventurous activities performed by Krishna and his various incarnations. So, such auspicious, adventurous, and pastime of the Lord, the Supreme Controller, are performed by his internal powers. So, this is the fifth question again. So then he says, Vayam tu na vitrupyam uttam shloka vikrame yasnunvatam rasa jnanam swadu pade pade. Then he says, these glories are so powerful that we never tire of hearing the transcendental pastime of this personality of Godhead, which is glorified by the hymn and prayers. So these are not ordinary pastime, not ordinary pastime of not ordinary activities of people, ordinary person. These are the activities of the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. These are the activities. Okay. And Personality of Godhead is glorified by the hymn and prayers. If you see all the Vedic scripture, directly, indirectly, Lord Krishna is glorified, or his expansions are glorified. That's why he says that activities of Lord Krishna, if someone is hearing them, they are never tired of hearing this pastime. Those who have developed a taste for transcendental relationship with him release hearing of his pastime at every moment. This is another point. Just like, in the first three verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, it was mentioned that what is the remedy? So first verse was talking about Sambandha. What is the relationship between Krishna and us? Who is Krishna and who are we? The second verse was talking about Prayojan. That what is the process to establish the Sambandha? And third verse was talking about, second verse was Abhideya and third verse is Prayojana. What is the goal? So releasing the Bhagavatam. Right. Okay. So in the second verse in the Abhideya, it was mentioned by hearing the Bhagavatam attentively and submissively, what will happen? It will relieve us from all Taptraya, Adi Admi, Adi Bhautik, Adi Devi. It will free us from birth, death, old age, and disease. It will free us from all those things. So, so that's why again it is mentioned here that those who have developed a taste for transcendental relationship with Him release hearing of His pastime at every moment. So, as soon as what Suta Goswami has mentioned, what Vyasadeva has mentioned in third verse, release Bhagavatam, that Nigama Kalpataro Galitam Phalam. So it is a ripened fruit of all the Vedic literature. So as soon as we hear, then what will happen? That we develop taste of transcendental relationship with Him, release hearing of His pastime at every moment. So we want to hear His pastime again and again. So we can learn from the example of gopis and the uh, Gopas and the resident of Rajavasi, that every moment, whenever Krishna was leaving from his house early in the morning for herding the cows, so every time the Gopas, Gopis, and elderly people, they were thinking about Krishna, when will he return, what he might be doing. So they were always hankering to hear about him, to see him. So if we develop that taste, then what will happen? Release hearing of his pastime at every moment. So we have to develop the relationship for Krishna, with the Krishna. So then he says, Kritvankila karmani saha ramena kesava ati martyani bhagwan kuda kapata manusaha. So then he says that Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, along with Balram, played like a human being. So when Lord Krishna came and Balram appeared, they were like just acting like a human being. So that's why so many people got bewildered. The first verse we saw that Muhyanti yat Suraya. Even the great personality got bewildered, like Brahmaji, he got bewildered. Indra got bewildered. So everyone got bewildered. So they acted like a human being. That's why who was telling that other form of Lord Krishna, form of Lord Krishna is more, what should I say, more form of Lord Krishna is more illusory or more bewildering because he's acting like a human being. Whereas other incarnation, they are very clear. This just like Vaman Dev came, Boar incarnation came, Matsya incarnation came. So they have come with very specific purpose. But Krishna bewildered many people because he appeared in two-handed form, exactly look like a human. So people got bewildered. Okay. So, and in that form, they perform so many superhuman activities. So why they are mentioning superhuman activities? Like, he killed when he was just 15 days old, he killed Putna. Then after 2 months, he killed Saktasur and Trunavat. Okay, so then Hagasur, Bakasur, so many demons he killed when he was a child. Okay, then he killed Kansa and so many other things. So they have performed so many superhuman activities that we'll discuss. Then he says, Kalim agatam agyaya setre asmin Vaishnave vayam asina dirga satrena kathaya sakshana hare. So knowing well that the age of Kali has already begun, we are assembled here in this holy place to hear at great length the transcendental message of Godhead. In this way, perform sacrifice. So from this, we can understand these sages were performing sacrifice. Okay, so they were earlier they assembled to perform fire sacrifice, but as soon as Suta Goswami they appeared, so what happened? They offered him esteemed state of Vyasasan. So then they started asking the question, inquiring from him. So then they changed their way, the way of performing sacrifice. They said that in this way we are going to perform sacrifice. How? This established that in Kali Yuga, the sacrifice is to hear the Krishna Katha, chant the holy name of Lord Krishna. That is the main sacrifice. That's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yajnanam Japa Yajna Asmi, 10.25. There he mentions that out of all the yajnas, greatest yajna is chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna, chanting about his pastime, name, fame, glory. That is the greatest yajna one can perform. So from this we can learn that in Kali Yuga we should forget all other activity and perform. Here the glories of Lord Krishna. Here is pastime. Chant his holy name. Then he says, Twamna sandarsito dhatra dustaram nisti tirsatam kalista sattvaharam pumsam karnadhara ivanavam. We think that we have met your goodness by the will of providence, just so that we may accept you as a captain of the ship for those who desire to cross the difficult ocean of Kali, which deteriorates all the good qualities of human being. So if we get authorized speaker of Bhagavatam, then we should be grateful. So then this is the example. Like a human body is like a boat, Guru is like a captain. Okay. So his favorable instruction, his instructions are favorable breeze to cross over the ocean. So when earlier days there was no machine, no motor, no automobiles. So how they were crossing the river by boat. So during that time in a boat, based on wind direction, based on the wind, the boats was going forward. So that's it. Example is given that this human body is a nice boat. Spiritual master is a good captain, and his instruction have favorable breeze to cross over the ocean. So we should take the advantage. Okay, so we also have got same thing. We have human body. We have got the spiritual master in the form of Srila Prabhupada and his representative, and his instruction we are getting from Srimad Bhagavatam, from his purport and all. So we have like favorable both in terms of human body and captain as a Srila Prabhupada and his representative, and then instruction in the Bhagavatam are given. Okay, so then he says, Bruhi Yogesware Krishna Brahmani Dharma Varmani Swamkashtam Aduno Pete Dharmakam Saranam Gataha. So since Sri Krishna, the absolute truth, the master of all mystic power, has departed for his own abode, please tell us to whom the religious principle have now gone for shelter. So this is the sixth question. That after the departure of Lord Krishna, please tell us, okay, whose shelter religious principle have taken? Okay, so whose shelter religious principle have taken? So Krishna has departed with everything, religion and everything. Then whose shelter religious principle have taken? So this is the last question sages of Nemisaranya have asked. So first question was that what is the ultimate and absolute good for people in general? What was the second question? That why Lord Krishna appeared in the womb of, what is the essence of all the Vedic scripture? And third is why Lord Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki and Vasudev. Fourth question was which are the various which are the various incarnation Lord Krishna appeared. Fifth one was that which are the adventurous activity Lord Krishna and his incarnation performed. The sixth one is that after the departure of Lord Krishna, whose shelter the religious principle have taken. So these are the six questions asked by sages of Nemisaranya. So second and other chapters will be built on this sixth chapter. Sixth question of the first chapter. So that way we are completing the first chapter. So that ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the first canto, first chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled by the question of the sages. So please remember this sixth question. So when we discuss subsequent chapters, we can understand this part. So thank you very much. So we'll end here. Any question, comment, feedback, you can unmute and ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the wonderful